everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point. And today we are going to talk about Khia's new website. As you guys know, I posted a video a couple of days ago, I think it was Monday morning, where I talked about the fact that Khia has revamped her KhiaThugMisses.com website, and that she's now going to do the Monday night gag order shows live from that website, but it is a subscription service. And so Monday night was the first night that she had a show. So I'm just going to give you guys the step-by-step process of what I went through. So when Khia was first talking about doing the show, she first said it was going to be $20 a month. Then she came back and said that there was a $5 fee that you could pay weekly. And so it was a little confusion. And actually, when I did my last video, I cut out about 2 minutes of that video where I was talking about how I understood what the pricing was going to look like. But at the time that I did that video, Khia did another video like later on that day. And so in that video, she, broke down what the pricing was going to be, and it totally contradicted what I thought she said it was going to be from her first video. So I edited that part out of my video. But now that the first show has taken place, people are coming back and they're sharing their experiences, and basically their experiences sound a lot like what I originally thought the platform was going to be. And so it just seemed like there's a lot of confusion. I really wish that Khia would come and come back to YouTube or her Facebook page or somewhere and talk to the people that subscribe to her website, but were not able to access the gag or the live show. And if there were system problems, say that there were system problems. Tell people how they can get their money back if they want their money back. Promise them a free week or something, after you work it out. But don't just go silent and leave people out here talking, negatively about the platform. And so what I experienced when I went on the website, I was going to do the $5, but then when I was reading the description for the $5, I was like, I don't think this is going to give me the gag or the live show when it is airing actually live on the site. So then I said, well, maybe I'll do the $20 subscription, and then that way I can watch it for the month and decide next month, if I want to subscribe again. But then when I was reading the description for the $20 one, I still wasn't sure. I thought I would get the gag or the live, but I wouldn't get all the things that were promised in the $5 subscription, which was access to Khia Gag Nation, which is her social media platform on the website, where people who subscribe to the channel, they have a chat room and they can talk to each other. There's other videos that are going to be posted on the site, and just different things, pictures. You get to see the docket. She created these images, telling who all is on the docket and what they're on the docket for. And then I saw that there was another option that she didn't talk about on the video that I saw, and that was a all access option, and it was $25. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get the all access so I don't have no problems when it comes time for the show. So I went ahead and I registered for the $25 all access, and then I received an email, and the email said, thank you for registering, don't forget to pay your $5 to see the gag or the live. And I'm sitting there like, okay, if I just paid $25, which is the $20 for the gag or the live and the $5 to be a part of this website, have access to the website, why need to pay another $5? So I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait and see when 8 o'clock come around. If I need to pay another $5 to see the show, I'll decide then if I really want to see it that bad to pay the extra $5. So 8 o'clock rolled around and there was no gag or the live. And so I was like, dang, should I go and pay the extra $5? So I left the website up and then I went on to do some other things because I'm remembering, Kaya say 8 o'clock may not show up to 8:20, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I said, so I'm just gonna wait and see if the show ever comes on. So then it was like 8:15 and I still wasn't hearing anything coming from the computer. So I went and I looked at the computer, to make sure it hadn't shut off. And so Kaya was on and she was talking, but I didn't have any sounds. I was like, what the heck is going on? So I checked my computer, unmuted the site. I had I think you had to click the sound button to get the video audio to play. So anyway, took care of that. So Kaya was on there gagging. She was typical Kaya. Now she didn't go. The show was good. Don't get me wrong. The show was good. The show was funny. But she had actually written a script for the show, and so she was following this script on her iPad, and she wasn't like going left like she normally does on her show. So I don't know if she was trying to tame it down or if she just wanted a more structured environment. But it was funny. She had some folks on that docket. She was going all in, and when she got to talking about one particular person, and you'll notice when I shared the gag or the graphics, there were two people that their docket images I didn't even put on the channel. I mean, I didn't even put on this video, and I'm not even going to call these names, okay? I'm just going to say that when she got to the one person and Kaya was going in and she said something about God isn't pleased. As soon as she said God isn't pleased, the video stopped. I was like, oh my God, well, maybe God wasn't pleased with what you was about to say because, I mean, it was like on cue. She said, because God ain't pleased, and then the video ended. So everybody was freaking out, like, what happened? Did the website get flagged? Are they able to take the video down? Like, oh, this is crazy. We done paid our money. So people were like really concerned, and then other people were saying, I think it was just technical difficulties. Just keep refreshing your screen and see if it comes back. And so I tried refreshing a few times and, it still wasn't there. So I left the room again. And then a few minutes later, I heard some talking. So I was like, what the hell going on? And so I came back into the family room and Kaya was back and she made no mention of the show shutting down. I don't know if we missed part, like if Kaya was still talking and thought we was watching and didn't realize it was down. But when she came back, she finished reading that docket. Like there had been no break or anything, and she finished up her docket and she signed off, and we heard from Kaya since. So I haven't been back out there today to see if there's any new videos or anything out there. But as of yesterday, Kaya hadn't came back on, and I thought she said in her YouTube live that she did on Sunday, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, that she was going to come on YouTube and do an after show where she would take calls and do all of that. But so far, I haven't seen any videos from Kaya this week. So kind of disappointed in that because I think, there were a lot of people that supported her and, wants her to do well, and to just totally not acknowledge that there were issues and some people couldn't get on, because a lot of the people who said that they couldn't see it were the ones that paid the $5, which I didn't think they would be able to see it, or that they would be able to see it like several days later, then they could get access to watch it. They just wouldn't be able to watch it live. But then there were a couple of people that say they paid $5 and they did get to see the video. Then there were people who paid $20, which I thought the $20 was for the gag or the live. But people said that they couldn't see it. But I think for those people, it probably was technical issues, because Kaya did say on that last YouTube video that she did that the website didn't support certain phones. Like if you had a Motorola or you had an older phone, that it only supported certain operating systems, and that if you would go to a tablet or a desktop or laptop, you should be able to see it. A couple of people told me that, okay, I did all that and I still can't see it, but it's all cool. I support her. I'm moving on. And so I would like hate to see her lose people, just from a customer service standpoint, because she didn't come back and address the fact that some people couldn't get on, some people paid their money and couldn't see. But you had to pay through PayPal, so I'm sure if people are canceling their registrations, she's getting notifications, because PayPal don't give a damn. If you contact them and say you want your money back, PayPal is going to give you your money back. Um, what else? Oh, as far as the website, and then I'm saying this from, because some of you know who've been with me for a long time. For those of you who are new to my channel, although I am a published author, I am also a content creator. So I have like a virtual assistant business as well. And so one of the services that I do provide, I mainly like write blogs for people. I write content for websites. If you need a cover letter for a resume or something, I can write that for you. I write biographies for a talent company over in Tampa when they sign new talent and develop their websites. I write the bio page, the about page for those. But I also do web designs for Wix.com. And so, speaking from that aspect and my experience building these, well, not building the website as far as HTML code, but if you buy a Wix.com website, I can set that website up for you and load everything that you need. I just don't write HTML code. But anyway, so speaking from that point of view, so with this website, I didn't think that the website was clean in terms of its mobility and the flexibility. I think it can be tightened up if she gets somebody that has an eye for design. She can tighten up that website. There were a lot of things like when you first went to live, there was supposed to be a chat, just like when you're on YouTube and somebody's doing a live video on YouTube, and then you have that scrolling chat to the side. Well, when it first went live, there was no chat. And so I was like, okay, well, dog, where is the chat at? And so I'm looking around the screen for the chat. And so there was this tiny, tiny little square box underneath the social media icon. And it had like a red dot. And so I said, okay, well, what is that for? So I clicked on it. And when I clicked on it, the chat opened up and then people were able to chat. And then I know there were people who, if they were watching on their phones, a couple of people said, well, I was watching on my iPhone and I didn't see a chat. So I came to the laptop and now I can chat. So I don't know if that was specific to the operating system they were using, or if that's for anybody on a mobile device can't view the chat or can't participate in the chat. So I thought that needed to be tweaked. The menu, it didn't have a menu going across the top of the screen like most website do. What it has was the icon, like if you're on a tablet or a mobile device, you don't get a full website. You get those little three dashes, and you click on that, and then the menu opens up, and it's like a list of pages that you can go to. So it had that on the laptop, which I thought was odd. And so people who aren't familiar with that icon as being the menu, they seem to have been lost and thought that they didn't know how to maneuver the site. So on the laptop, I would definitely go to a menu bar across the top, and then people can easily locate what they're looking for and click on it. I think she could do better with the descriptions. So like when you click on, I think it said Gag Nation, and then you click on, and there was an arrow for you to subscribe. I think that that little box that told you what you were going to get for the $5, for the $20, the $25, could be a little more cohesive and letting people know specifically what it is that they're getting for their money, because I thought that was a little confusing and misleading. And then when you got into the video portion, there was no arrows that let you screen left or screen right. So basically the Gag or the Live was 2 videos, and then there were 2 other videos where she was doing a photo shoot. And so when you first went on before the Gag or the Live, it was this video of the photo shoot, and then you couldn't go left or right to see if there were any other videos. So I said, okay, well, that must be the only video. Then when she came on and did the Gag or the Live, it showed the last Gag or the Live, but it doesn't let you go back to see the part 1. So all you got was the part 2. And then I scrolled down the page, something just said scroll down. And when I scrolled down, there was like a white bar going across the bottom of the page. And then it had another one of those menu icons. And so I clicked on that menu, which was a little different from the other menu that's up on the right, left side in the right sidebar. And so that one actually opened up another screen, and then there were the 4 videos, and then you could click on which video you wanted to watch. And so that was a little confusing. So somebody coming back on the site, and like I said, this is based on a laptop, Windows operating system laptop. So if you have a Mac computer, it might be different on your Mac. It might be different on a tablet. I haven't tried to look at it on my tablet or on my phone. So you may be getting totally different views, because I know when I do, I set up a regular website, and then I have to go in and tweak the mobile devices. And so with mobile devices, you're not going to get everything that you get on the standard laptop, desktop website. There's some things that just aren't going to transition over to the smaller screens of these devices. And so you have to leave those things out. Then there are things that you have to move around, because the images on the laptop may be bigger or too big, and they don't shrink down correctly onto the mobile device. Your menu items get mixed around. Sometimes the graphics will slip away from the text that was on the page, and you'll find your text is way down at the bottom. So you have to know how to maneuver all of that when you're transitioning the site to the mobile devices, and you have to be able to move things and shift them around and get them back into the right organization that you want them to be on. There are also 2 buttons on, once you got into the Gag or the Live screen, there are 2 buttons, and actually you might have been able to see these 2 buttons from the home page, but one button said be a juror, and the other button said submit something to the docket. And I tried clicking on both of those, and I have yet to be able to get either one of those buttons to work. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if that's a feature that's coming in the future, but it's not available now. But couldn't use those 2 buttons. And let's see what else. So I think maybe she needs to get a second look at the actual website itself, and maybe there's, get a couple of people together that have experience with websites, and bring them together, and then they can tweak it and figure out what works best, what doesn't, and just clean it up and make it a little more user friendly, a little more cohesive. But other than that, hopefully she is going to go back and review everything and tweak some things, and then come Monday, and we'll see an improvement on what took place. Overall, I like the concept. I still like the concept. I like the fact that you can go into the chat, and there's actually people still chatting and creating conversations and talking with each other and exchanging ideas about what they thought about the show. I like that part. I hope she does bring back like the after show, where she allows people to call in, and they can continue the roast and gag after the show. But overall, I say on a scale of 5 stars, I give it 3.5 stars as a startup. I expect that it will get better over time, and people just be patient. And I can't reiterate enough that if you were not able to get in there, don't just give up. Don't just cancel your subscription. Reach out to Khia. Give her an opportunity to provide some feedback, to work on what the problem is. And then if you don't get any resolution, if come Monday you still can't get on the site, you're still having problems, then move forward. But I just think really it comes down to her being very clear on what it is that you're getting for your money. And if that is not what's being produced, that she goes back to whoever set up that website and make sure that the way they have the website set up, that the controls that are in place are producing what she expects and what she is telling people that they should expect when they subscribe to the channel. So that's it for me. You guys leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought. We already have a conversation going on the first video where people are sharing what their experiences were. But if you have comments, leave them below. Keep it classy and keep it respectful. And subscribe to the channel and rate this video. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.